Mic check. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the birthday boy. 1 in the chat.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the lark still bravely
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the boy.
heard amid the guns below.
At Wayfair, the holidays are here, and
I am not ready.
I know.
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the boy.
Push it.
You can hear the boy. Okay, you can hear me because I can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the boy. Okay, you can hear me because I can hear me. All right. Okay. We about ready. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the boy. We about ready, y'all. It's my birthday. It's Diddy's birthday. Happy birthday, Diddy. Happy birthday, Colin Kaepernick. And happy birthday to me. Go.
Gotta get you to see something. I can. Look, one way or another, we gon' get our family up about the gutter. Brother, you was out of pocket, no, I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep 1 or 2 things that come to the butter. Whoa, you only rep 1 or 2 things that the guns in the butter. Whoa, you only rep 1 or 2 things that the guns in the butter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep 1 or 2 things down to the butter. Sleeping patterns kinda complicated, ain't no time for wasting, we some entrepreneurs. I'm feeling like Scarface on top of the balcony, the word is yours. Took some losses, I was down bad. Napoleon complex, I'm mad, about to put the game up in the clad bag. Sign sealed in the living. Chicken dinners, so you roll with the winners. Taking over for the summer. I double back for the winner. I be with the scammers and spinners. Innovators in the middleman. All my riders got a dental plan. None of my shooters got Instagrams. Bang, bang. Got some rich headed out of bounds. Had to hop in the Renty to ride around. About to switch up the whisk cause they stalking now. Whispering bodies dropping on my side of town. Flick of finesse. Known to stay up out the mess. Business is never personal. We can politic the rest. I got a plug and they made me a plug. All my moves on they need to know. Rapping weed got me speaking slow. Bet you pay attention when we speaking up. If we drown, you gon' sink or you swim. In the field, we be getting it in. Type of pressure that turn boys into men. One way or another, we gon' get our family up about the gutter. Brother, you was out of pocket, no, I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world.
Happy birthday to me! Good afternoon, everybody! It's the Heaven Hollywood Experience. What is going on? Welcome to the Heaven Hollywood Experience. I'm your host, Heaven Hollywood. It's November 4th. It's my born day. Thank you, God, for me seeing another year. Happy birthday to Diddy, Free Puff. Happy birthday to Colin Kaepernick. Scorpio season in full effect. We're going to do a quick show. I wanted to touch base with y'all on my birthday. Came from the eye doctor. I had to go to the eye doctor on my birthday. Happy birthday, nigga. Go to the eye doctor. But the eye doctor said everything was good. So that's a nice birthday present. If you want to support, send the boy, some money so I can get a birthday dinner. Send the cash app to $ Heaven Hollywood. Just want to show support for what we got going on here and what we continue to bring you on a daily basis. $ Heaven Hollywood for the cash app. And welcome. Glad to see everybody out there again. Man, there's a lot going on. Drake, man, what the hell done happened to Drake? They're coming for Drake. It's his time. Tag your it. Tag your it. They're trying to get LeBron. I'm going to do a video for that. This whole thing with this gambling and stuff like that, this is all about LeBron. It's all about LeBron. It has nothing to do with Chauncey Billups and nobody else. If you notice, the guys that they have there are all attached to LeBron in some way. They're trying to get LeBron. They don't care nothing about them other dudes. But what they're trying to do is scare them into them giving them something on LeBron. We'll get into that in a different video. Drizzy Drake, what are you doing? So a lot of people are running with this narrative. Gracie Bond, we're going to talk about her. She said at one point she was 300 pounds, Instagram model, that all the guys be going crazy over. She's got that crazy wide hips, that crazy ass that she says is natural. Well, she was doing some sort of interview where she made a comment that everybody's running with, saying that Drake was messing with trans or messing with minors, because we're going to get into what she said. Now, she's talking in Spanish, so I'll probably just tell you what she said. And everybody's running with it now. On top of that, Drake is in the middle of a big lawsuit. Spotify is getting sued, and they're saying that they're suing Drake for botting. They're suing Spotify for allowing Drake to fill his streams with bots. Man, oh man, oh man. Ever since that lawsuit, they're coming down on Drake, man. Jhene Aiko and Big Sean finally announced their breakup. I heard they've been broken up a couple of months. But this will probably be about the third or fourth time. And we want to find out whether she caught him cheating again. What was the reason for that breakup? Cardi B and Stefon Diggs pretty much ended the breakup rumors. Remember, people saying they had broken up because of Stefon and these females that are coming out, or everybody said he's got 3 other baby mamas on the way. Well, Cardi B was at the game sitting alongside the owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, who she does know. She hung out with Robert Kraft in the past. Robert Kraft's a big Cardi B fan. So it looks like all is well there. He's rubbing her stomach, this, that, and the third. So it looks like whatever he's going through, Cardi B has forgiven. And, of course, we got to talk about MAGA Minaj. That's her new name for me. She's thanking her Barbs, letting her Barbs know she's going to be going to the United Nations. She's going to probably go to the White House now. She's talking about president and the first lady, Melania Trump. So I'm sure she'll probably do an interview with Candace Owens. She's fully MAGA Minaj. Now, I'm not saying that Nicki Minaj, from what I hear, she's not even a citizen yet still. I find that a little hard to believe, but a lot of people say she's not even a citizen. She can't even vote. I don't know that to be true. I really don't know whether Nicki Minaj can vote or not. But I do know that Nicki Minaj has never made her political party out there. But what I did notice is she has never insulted President Trump. Never. She's had smoke for Obama. She's had smoke for Hillary. She's had smoke for Biden. She's had smoke for Kamala. But she's never had any smoke whatsoever for Trump. I can't find anything on the internet where she's ever disrespected Trump. So for people to say, oh, no, she's not Republican. Well, all I know is, I don't know whether she's never come out and said whether she's Republican or Democrat, but she was against the vaccine. Who was against the vaccine? Republicans. She praises Trump and she disrespects Obama. Who does that? Trump supporters. Who disrespects Obama? Trump. Who disrespects Hillary? Trump. Who disrespects Biden? Trump. Who disrespects Kamala? Trump. And conservatives. So it's pretty plain and simple to me. Even if she isn't a Republican or conservative, whatever, she definitely does not support Democrats. And she's never had anything negative to say about Trump. Out of all the stuff that's went on, I haven't heard her say anything negative about the SNAP benefits. How could you do this to Americans? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Even when her fans are telling her, how could you support a man who's taken away and making Americans hungry? How could you support him? So a lot of people giving a backlash, but of course she's still going to always have the loyal barbs that's going to support her no matter what. And I just find it strange because judging from just the looks of it, I would say, 80% at least of her fan base are LGBTQ? And we all know that the conservatives don't mess with, or at least they say they don't, yet and still the conservative men keep getting caught with little boys, but they say they're against homosexuality. But yet and still they're getting caught with minors and little boys, more so than the Democrats. The Democrats are supposed to be the evil ones, but what are all the mass shooters? They're all conservatives. It don't get no more demonic and evil than a mass shooter. What are all the mass shooters? Conservatives. All of them come out and say, remember the mass shooter in Buffalo? He said, oh, he was acting on behalf of Donald Trump because he's trying to preserve the white race. The guy that just shot Charlie Kirk, allegedly, he's a Trump supporter. He wasn't no Democrat. They want to make you believe that they're Democrats, but they're not. These people are not Democrats. They're always coming out on their social media as a person that has hatred for every other race except white. So they tried to make it seem as though like, oh yeah, they're Democrats or they're trans. That's a bunch of BS. That's BS. The Republicans are running the House. The Democrats are supposed to be the evil ones. Yet the Republicans are running the House and they won't review the files. But they're in control of everything. I see my views going down. They're controlling everything. So when they try to blame the Democrats for not reading the files, you're controlling everything. You control the House. You control the White House. Your president's a conservative. You control the DOJ. You control the Supreme Court. But then when they don't want to release the files, it's the Democrats' fault. How is that? Oh, Biden. Oh, Obama. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Darius. Thank you for the birthday wishes. If you want to send me a Cash App for my birthday, it is $Heaven Hollywood. Diddy out in the yard smiling. Thanks for somebody for bringing that up. Meanwhile, you got people trying to steal his joy, saying, oh, he's not going to get the appeal when they've already granted a speedy appeal. And they're trying to say that he's going to be getting indicted on some other charges, which is BS to me because Jonathan Hay is not credible. He's already come out and admitted that he was the one who started the Rihanna and Jay-Z rumors. And he said he started it so Rihanna could have publicity for her album. Right? So that dude is not credible. But I want to start off with your boy Drizzy Drake. I want to start with your boy Drizzy Drake. So there's an Instagram model named Gracie Bond. Gracie Bond. And she says when she was married, she climbed up in Drake's DM. Now, there's a lot of people speculating that, oh, but it's anxious about the public reaction. Oh, now she's saying Drake did nothing wrong, but she's anxious about the public reaction. So this is Gracie Bond. Let me share the screen for all of y'all who've never seen Gracie Bond. Right? She is I believe she's Colombian or Panamanian or something along those lines. And this is her. She's got that wide booty. A lot of people say it was surgery. She says it's a medical condition. She says a medical condition. A lot of other people say it's surgery. People that claim to grow up with her or claim to know her, they say it is definitely not a medical condition. Now, I've seen Gracie Bond in person. And to me, maybe it was just what she had on that day. To me, it looks like she enhances her ass online because it looks so big online. And yes, it is big, but it doesn't look as big in person. Now, again, maybe it's what she had on that day. But in person, it doesn't look as big as it does online. And I'm thinking maybe she superimposes it or whatever. Right? JD says it's natural. All right, well, she says it's natural, but then you have other people saying there's no way it's natural. That, you know, other people saying they know her, the doctor that did it. But you're always going to have people saying that. And like I said, I can't trust people these days because there's a lot of jealousy going on around. And, you know, a lot of times girls will just be jealous and they'll say, oh, yeah, she got surgery. Like they say with Megan Thee Stallion. They try to say Megan's body is fake and she got enhanced on the body and all this other stuff. So can't really trust people unless there is some sort of proof, unless the doctor comes out and says, yeah, if you speak to the doctor and he says, yeah, I did the surgery. But she says it's a medical condition that starts with an L, libedia, something like that. The same thing that Wendy Williams has on her legs, where you get all this different fat tissue and stuff, and sometimes your legs swell, your body swells. So she said that's what she has. So I'm just going to take her at her word. Thank you, Nicki. Lipedema. That's what she said she has. So if she said she has that, other people are saying, oh, no, she had surgery. I have to take her at her word until she's proven as a liar. All right? Yes, Miss Fields, thank you so much. He's like, in the bedroom. You already know. All right now. Thank you, Nicki. So what happened was, I remember this girl was on Aiden Ross, and wasn't Drake like acting as though he wanted to fly her out on Aiden Ross? I believe she that though he wanted to fly her out on Aiden Ross. Now, I don't know whether at that time she was pregnant or I'm not pregnant. She was still married or what have you. But Drake was acting as though he wanted to fly her out. Now, according to her, they had already met. And she said she was dating Drake in 2021. Right? She says here, Gracie Bond says her fling with Drake ended the moment she pulled up to his party and saw everything. She says there weren't women or trans. Then blocked him the same night. I want nothing to do with that man. Now, there is a community tab here that says, Gracie Bond clapped her late in the stream that this is not what she meant. And her words were twisted. She said Drake was not with anyone transgender, nor was there anything illegal going on. But, okay, here she is. She says that Drake blacklisted her from parties from the UK. Thank you, Miss Liv. Thank you. Those are Barb's leaving. She may have gotten lipedema as an after-surgery complication or response. Rhonda Pollard says, that's very interesting. Rhonda Pollard said she could have gotten it. She could have gotten it from as an after-surgery complication. We're going to look into that. That's interesting. So she was on some stream where they weren't talking English, and she basically said that she climbed into Drake's DM. I don't know whether she was divorced yet. I don't think she was divorced yet when she climbed into his DMs and said hola. I believe she said she was still married. And he responded back 2 minutes later after she hit him in his DM, hola. Now, if you're still married at the time, why are you hitting him saying hola? See, this is the problem with these women. This is why a lot of men are treating women like garden tools and they're not marrying them. Because here you are, you got somebody to marry you, and you're climbing up in Drake's DM talking about hola. Thank you, Project. I appreciate you. So we're going to try to find what she really said, but it seems like now, since people are starting to say, oh, she tried to say Drake was with trans. Oh, she tried to say Drake was with mine. Because, is this hit right here? Drake was with Mima during that time, Myrna during that time. He wasn't dating this Torta Gracie Bond. As down bad as he was for Myrna Habib, he just too nice to these thoughts. Aiden is my favorite gringo, not gonna lie. Okay, so let's try to see what she said. All right.
El problema estuvo en que después de eso hubo un stream con
with a gringo they made a rock. Whoa. What is a gringo? What the fuck is a gringo? That means I'm a white boy, right? Who does this Torta think she's talking about like that?
Thank you, Project.
Huh? All right, let me see. Gringo named Aiden Ross. You could have just said Aiden Ross. You could have just said Aiden. It was Nelk too. Let's see.
Ajá. Entonces invitó a todos los que estaban ahí. Todo, o sea, yo me quedé como que esto no es la persona que yo admiraba, no es la persona que yo hablaba. Entonces ya.
Blackball is crazy.
Ahí se murió todo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You must have a like really good dick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna just keep it you might have a really good dick, bro.
Hold up.
I ain't gonna lie, listen, bro. You know I'm your boy. Like, you know I can talk to you like that, bro.
No,
you gotta
no,
think
you
about
can't.
it, chat. Like,
no, you can't.
The fact that somebody is
no, you can't, sir. No, you can't, sir. That's about the second or third time I heard something suspect come out of Aiden Roth's mouth. You must got some really good D. What? Oh, I can talk to you like that. What? No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm telling you, bro, that is about the third time I've heard something suspect come out of that dude's mouth. Mimi, he said, you must got some, I'm not gonna lie, you must got some really good dick, bro. Let me rewind it back.
No es la persona que yo admiraba, no es la persona que yo hablaba. Entonces ya.
Blackball is crazy.
Ahí se murió todo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You must have a like really good dick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. You might just have those really good dick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, listen, bro. You know I'm your boy. Like, you know I can talk to you like that, bro. You gotta think about it, chat. Like, the fact that somebody is lying and like on live television like this, bro, is crazy. Chat. She is lying because she didn't get fucked. I'm gonna be real. That's really all it is. You got sent on a private jet with hotel suites in London for you put up no money. She probably didn't get fucked and she's mad. And you know what? And I get it. Bro, if Drake puts you on a jet and doesn't fuck you, I'd be mad too.
Oh,
the fuck? God. All right, that was weird. You know what I mean? If I'm a girl, obviously, bro. Y'all know I'm straight. But y'all get what I'm saying.
Todo el mundo se coge con todo el mundo. No se cogen con todo
el mundo.
That's crazy.
Pero
so The part that has everybody up, and then this is supposedly the girl during that time that Drake was with. Now, I've seen this girl online, and she's gorgeous. I've seen this girl online, right? She's gorgeous. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the chick that had some sort of fraud or something going on, and Drake like paid for her lawyer and bailed her out of jail. Something like that. I think that's the girl. Any OVO people in here, you can let me know. I think this is the girl that Drake freaking bailed out of jail. She has some sort of court case. He paid her lawyer and everything. She was doing some sort of fraud or something along those lines. Now, I don't know about no 2020 to 2025. I just think they're just trying to clear Drake of not, being involved with this chick. But this chick says she met Drake's mother and his son. She said she met his mother and his son. Right? Here she is. She said, and I quote, they said, were they women? She said, if you can call them that. So that's why people started saying, what do you mean if you could call them that? Thank you, Gloria. Gloria. How's it gonna go down? Will you catch him on the main line? Or will you catch him on the rebound? What's Miss Fields said, this is just messy. So the reason why everyone is saying, oh, it was was it trans? Was it trans? But she said during the interview, no, it wasn't trans. And it wasn't men. They said, oh, so it was women. She said, if you can call them that, right? So that's why people started putting two and two together saying, well, Drake has been known to, according to Kendrick, like them young. So they started saying, oh, maybe they were young girls. But again, you don't know these days how old girls are. Like, unless she sat there and actually asked these girls how old they were, you don't know how old these chicks are these days, man. You don't know how old these girls are. So it's very dangerous when you start telling people, oh, yeah, he had little girls there. Like, you don't know that. So here she is with that booty. Good God Almighty, that's ridiculous. I don't know how she wipes her ass. I don't know. She needs a whole roll of toilet paper for that ass. See, when I saw her in person, it did not look like that. It didn't look like that. I think she's enhancing it during the screens. I think she's enhancing it. It didn't look like that when I saw her. But I'm trying to find the part. They said labeled adult. She said, in that party I mentioned before with Drake. All right, so here she is now trying to clean it up.
No diga nada, no diga nada. Que no eran nada ni transexuales ni nada ilegal. Eso es lo que quiero aclarar. Okay. Dilo en inglés. Dilo en inglés. Fue más algo mío que yo no... Es como...
So here she goes. She says...
Yo te entiendo.
Yo te entendí un ejemplo.
Simplemente tú...
Now that everybody's getting on her, right?
No.
Now here she comes back and says, in that party I mentioned before with Drake, there were no trans people around him and nothing illegal was going on. It was just a normal party. I want to clear that up because rumors got twisted. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Chica. Chico, whatever the hell they say. Amiga. Wait a minute, senora. Wait a minute. What's another word? Amiga, senora, mamita. Wait a minute, mommy. Ain't nobody got nothing twisted. You said out of your mouth, when they asked, were they women? All you had to say then was, yes, they were women. You said, if you could call them that. And after I seen what was going on, now, did she just mean there was girls there getting slutted out? And maybe that's what she meant by, if you could call them women, right? Maybe she meant that, like, these girls were there just doing everything, getting slutted out, and I don't call them women. If she meant that, that's one thing. But by you saying you realize he's not a good person, but you said you got blacklisted from the parties before you unfollowed them. So which one is it? But I do remember Drake calling up saying he wanted to fly her out. Said she dated him before. Now you see what happens here? Gracie Bond insinuates that Drake would have underage women at his party. You see what type of stuff you started because you want clout? You see that? Clear shit up. Like, stop coming on here. This is why I hate subliminals. Stop coming on here with your subliminals. She tried to do a subliminal when they said, oh, what happened? Did you smash Drake? Did you fuck him, yes or no? Stop with all this garbage. Oh, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing. Did you fuck him or not? What did you see in that party? Did you see women? Did you see men? Did you see underage girls? Did you see transgenders? Stop beating around the frickin' bush. Because all that does is cause problems. Sick of these broads. You want to try to act like you're such a goody two-shoes, such a poly pure, but meanwhile you're crawling up in his DM when you're married talking about hola. Then when you get treated like a jump, when you get treated like a pop, when you get treated like a thought, then you want to start complaining. Very good point by Coco. I'm sick of these men who keep entertaining these type of women. Coco's like, I'm a good girl. How come you don't entertain me? I say it all the time, Coco. I say it all the time. Carla said they're playing games. Mazibuko with a laugh. Coco says making it bad for her. I know, Coco. The good girls. Dudes aren't scooping up the good girls. They're scooping up women like Gracie Bond. Crawling in someone's DM talking about Ola when she's married. These men keep on entertaining these type of broads. I don't get it. I don't get it. And the women, when the dudes are treating them like what they're trying to be, you're crawling up in my DM talking about Ola 2 a.m. in the morning. What do you think what, you want to get to know me? No, you don't want to get to know me. You trying to fuck. And if Drake was flying her all over the place, private jets here, hotel suites there, and she wasn't fucking, I don't blame him. I mean, look at Gracie Bond. What is Gracie Bond? What is a man going to want Gracie Bond for? Other than giving her back shots. You don't even want to hit her from the front. Her face ain't that dope. The only reason a man is going to want to wipe that up is to give her back shots. Especially somebody like Drake, who's just a bachelor. You really think that out of all the women that Drake could have wifed up, he done let Rihanna go, he done let Nebby go, he didn't even wipe up his baby mama. The girl that's with DDG right now, that DDG's wifing up, Drake had a chance to wife her up and didn't. He didn't wife up Sin Santana. He didn't wife up Tahiri. He didn't wife up Tyra Banks. But he's going to wife up you? You thinking he's going to wife you up? You don't even talk English. How are those conversations gonna go? I'm sorry. For me to wife you up, you got to be bilingual. You got to be bilingual. You got to be able to speak somewhat of English. I speak a little Spanish, but you got to be able to speak some sort of English. That's why when I went to Brazil, and you talking about wifey material, just as far as looks go, I've never seen women nowhere else in the world I've been like I saw women in Brazil. I'm talking about there was broads out there that was black as the ace of spade with real blue eyes. I met a girl named Cinca, black as a chalkboard, but her eyes were blue, and they weren't no contacts. I was like, this bitch. Oh, Miss Fields, stop it. Stop it. I haven't spoken to Tahiri in a couple of years. I spoke to him DM maybe like 7 months ago. But most of them chicks ain't talk no English. I'm like, nah, I can't wipe you up. As bad as you are, I can't. And I only talk a little bit of Portuguese. I don't talk much. I mean, I can understand it better than I can talk it. But she's now coming out and saying, oh, wait a minute, guys. This was a mistake. This was a mistake now. So you can't do that. Can't do that. All right. So let's move on. We're going to get back to this. We're going to do our show at 8 o'clock probably. Wants to clarify, she was the friend to the Aiden Ross Wireless Festival in the UK, and she also emphasized that Drake was not involved with trans women, according to Batman Bruce W. The situation remains unclear, even with Drake dismissing the claims as big cap. Elsewhere, Gracie Bond also said she believes about 20% of what Kendrick Lamar rapped about in Not Like Us was true. So about what 20% did you believe? See? You see what I mean? You see how she's still trying to teeter? You see what I'm saying? And since he didn't, but is anxious about the public reaction. Why are you anxious? You want to see how much trouble you can stir up. You see what I mean? With this broad, man, get this broad up out of here, man. We ain't seen not one woman acting crazy over Drake. They all really move on with their lives and into relationships while he makes songs about them. They get with him and then realize how effing lame he is. But no, I can't really agree with that because Rihanna was fucked up. Rihanna was messed up. You have to go back and really look at, you got to watch. See, I was there. So you have to go back and really look at it. But when you look at any of these women, right? If you look at any of the dudes out there, most of the women move on. Saweetie didn't act effed up over Quavo. Cardi B didn't act effed up over Offset. Who else? Lori Harvey wasn't acting all upset when she broke up when her and Michael B. Jordan broke up. So all these women mostly act like they moved on. If you look and see the pictures that I saw of the night Rihanna caught Drake with Dylan Gonzalez, she was upset. And she was upset for a few months. That was during the time when she was filming Ocean 11. And she went out at night. She still had tears in her eyes. She was upset. And the reason why Rihanna was upset more than anything is because she finally gave Drake a chance. After friend zoning him, after just letting him be friends with benefits, she finally gave in and gave Drake a chance. And then he messed it up not even 6 months later. So she was going out after they broke up on September 11th. I believe it was 2016. And then she kept going out to the club. She went up and tried to link up with what's the white dude's name that she link up with every now and then? The actor. She looked very upset. The night that she caught him, go back and look at them pictures. September 11th. I've never seen Rihanna flip off the paparazzi. She was hurt. She was hurt. That's the reason why she covered that tattoo up. She was hurt. You know? Takara admitted she was hurt. Melissa Ford admitted that she was hurt. So they don't all just move on and like, oh, yeah, there's no problem. But what can they really do? They're not going to go out and chase them and make a fool of themselves. Right? I don't really see any of these women acting hurt when they break up with the men. It always seems the men. Nicki Minaj didn't act hurt when she broke up with Meek Mill. Meek Mill was the one making comments. When she broke with Safari, same thing. But again, if I was Drake, once I lost Rihanna would have been my first choice. He didn't get Rihanna. He blew that. After Rihanna, I would have said, okay, I'm going back to Nebby. Shout out to Nebby. Once Nebby was already taken and engaged, say, you know what? I'm just going to wife with my baby mama. Mine as well. She's the one I got the kid with. You must have felt something for her. You shot a club up. You ain't going to shoot no girl's club up that you don't at one point think, you know what? She could get pregnant. Oh, F it. I ain't pulling out. So you must be thinking something along the lines of that what makes you not pull out, but you pulled out everyone else. So there was something that your baby mama had that made you not want to pull out. Serena was hurt too. Serena was hurt as well, especially the first time. The first time Serena was hurt. That's the reason why all her friends was telling her to watch out the second time. Serena was hurt when Drake broke up with her the first time. So then when she got back with him the second time, all her friends were saying, be careful. This dude broke your heart the first time. Jhene and Big Sean, we're going to go over them quickly, and then we're going to end it with Nicki Minaj. Jhene and Big Sean has allegedly broken up. Now, this is about the fourth or fifth time in 10 years that they broke up. Remember, she broke up with him when she found Ponytail, found out he was messing with Ponytail again. Remember when Ariana put him in the song, and then that first song, she was throwing shots at Ponytail. Right? And then the whole breakup with your girlfriend was so-called about Big Sean. Ponytail was going back and forth with her. Now, Ariana, that's the second time she moved in on Big Sean when he had a girl. Because she did it the first time when he was with old girl that passed away, Naya. Naya said she came home and found Ponytail sitting in the middle of the floor, what do they call it? Crisscross applesauce. In the middle of the floor. She's like, what's this bitch doing here? Ponytail was sitting there crisscross applesauce, like, hi. Like Cat Valentine. And he already caught her. She already caught him messing with the girl Giselle, the stripper Giselle. He got busted messing with her. But then they say Jhene Aiko, she got that Erykah Badu. She be putting curses and shit on men. And they be trying to leave her, but they just keep going back. That's what I heard about about Jhene Aiko. They said she's like the Asian or the Blasian Erykah Badu. Men just keep going back. The sex game is supposed to be incredible. But when the sex game is the most intriguing part about you, sooner or later that wears off. And I would probably agree with that. They had the baby. She probably wants to marry him, and he ain't trying to get married to her. Plus, I heard Jhene Aiko ain't rapped that tight. I heard she's 2 sandwiches short of a picnic. If you pick it up what I'm putting down. So why did they break up this time? Did she catch him again? We're going to look into that. I'm going to have a show coming up later on where we're going to deep dive into the breakup. All right? So now we move on to MAGA Minaj, as I call him. And I know the Barbs are getting mad, but it's catching on. Shout out to my boy Jay Nolan, who calls her MAGA Minaj as well. But she looks like she's going to be paying a trip to the White House soon. She's shouting out Donald Trump and the First Lady. They also use Bees in the Trap as a song, as one of the songs. Now, the funny thing is there was a post about her endorsing Trump way back in October of 2024. Right? Let me see something. Let me see what this is all about. I've never seen this. But if you do not know what the whole MAGA Minaj thing is about.
And I ain't
you mean I didn't buy this ring?
No, you didn't buy that ring. I
You
cut a whole
nigga
a
bitch
nigga.
finger.
That's a fact. A whole motherfucking finger off for this shit. What you mean I secured the bag? You got your citizenship, your green card.
Oh, thank you.
That's right.
Chucky, because you are American, I can now fill out paperwork to vote in the United States of America of Donald Trump. And I would like to thank my fans and everybody that supported me.
I got Donald Trump big.
And
And I ain't
you mean I didn't buy this ring?
So,
no, you didn't buy that ring.
I guess right then there she said, I can't vote. But he said, you got your citizenship and your green card. Right? Now, here's when she said, thanks to Donald Trump, I guess about going viral with the whole Bees in the Trap thingy, right? 100 mother efforts can't tell me nothing. Shouts out Trump for the TikTok track. Nicki Minaj is absolutely obsessed after Donald Trump hopped on the Gen Z train, sharing a TikTok featuring her viral sound a day after she praised him for his handling of the chaos in Nigeria. The rapper kept it all love, dropping a "This is pretty incredible, thank you" under the White House post, which, by the way, featured Trump and Melania vibing to her viral Bees in the Trap What's Up remix. This is pretty incredible. She also said, oh, Barbs, the president and the mother effing first lady. Here it is right here. Nicki, who first dropped Bees in the Trap with 2 Chainz back in 2012, yada, yada, yada. The president and the first lady of the United States of America. That's pretty incredible, she said. Now, Nicki also promised free backstage passes for life to the Barb who got her jam on the White House TikTok. Now, this, of course, was the initial tweet that got everybody in uproar. I believe it's like close to 40 million views or something like that. Now, I'm going to refer to my neighborhood Barb, who also happens to be my damn good moderator, Darius, and also happens to be a part of the LGBTQ. And I am going to now, Darius, we all know how the conservatives and how Donald Trump in the past and Trump supporters have revered and have referred to people of the LGBTQ community. As a Nicki Minaj fan and as a huge fan, does this make you feel any type of way? Thank you, Shanti. Does this make you feel, I'm referring to Darius, does it make you feel any type of way that she is communicating or seemingly endorsing, though she hasn't come out and said, I endorse Trump? I want to know. See, I can't tell you how you feel. I wouldn't be able to know how you feel. But as a huge Nicki Minaj fan, Darius, do you feel some type of way, or do you just think, it's no big deal because she hasn't endorsed Trump? I'm interested. And Ashanti said the same thing I said. Ashanti said the same thing I said. I said a long time ago, I felt as though the day that she went against the vaccine, I felt as though she was. But I honestly want to hear from Darius, because Darius is a member of the LGBTQ, and he's also a Nicki fan. Second, at the time she claimed to have found who swatted her house, because I remember her posting who she claimed it was. Now she's back on the government, didn't anything about it, and didn't find out. Now, that's very interesting, because I could have sworn myself, I could have sworn she said they caught who did it. I mean, am I bugging? I could have sworn that she said they found out who it was. Somebody looked that up. I could have sworn that she said she found out who it was. So Cal says, Nicki is no MAGA. Shorty just has common sense. In life, you have to play with the devil to get what you want. Okay, interesting, Tate. So then, no, you're not bugging. She definitely said that at the time. She posted the girl and said that the girl was Barty Gang. I remember that. And then she blurred Cardi for the swatting. I do remember that. I remember that. So then Caliber, so is it okay with Rock Nation? Because people say Rock Nation is evil and Rock Nation plays games and this, that, and the third. So is it okay for Rock Nation? I guess it's okay for Rock Nation to do what they do, because you said you got to play with the devil in order to get what you want. But Nicki Minaj is saying that she's not down with the devil. She's saying Jesus Christ is her savior. And she's down with the Lord. Well, Jay-Z didn't sit with Trump. Jay-Z had they had the jail joint formal dinner, and Trump's daughter and husband came. Now, I did hear that they had a meeting at the Super Bowl, but Donald Trump since have come out and said Beyonce needs to be arrested. So it doesn't matter whether Jay-Z sat with Trump or not. Whatever they did didn't seem to work, because Donald Trump just 3-4 months ago said Beyonce needs to be arrested because of what she did with Kamala. Even God plays the devil. Wasn't Jesus sitting with the one who eventually set him up? Right, but my point is, Nicki Minaj claims that she doesn't get down like that. Right? She claims she don't get down like that. And my thing is, and my take has always been the same thing. They all get down like that. You're doing secular music. You're doing what they call the devil's music. All of y'all move like you're demonic. All of them. All of them move like they're demonic. All the big money artists, don't none of y'all act like that. Don't none of y'all act like you're saved or you are God-fearing people. None of y'all act like that. They all in the same boat. You got some gospel singers that move like they ain't even saved. If you are a so-called child, you're not going to be out there talking about putting dick up inside you and sleeping with this one's man and sleeping with that one's man and all the things you're talking about people's kids, saying which their kids will die, this, that, and the third, showing lust, committing every single 7 deadly sin. None of them are innocent to me. None of them. Now, this is where I went with it. This is where I went with it, Miss Fields. And for people to say, oh, I don't follow Jay-Z because he worships the devil. All of them, to some extent, worship and praise the devil. So that's for everybody that's out there. So you might as well not have no faith. Because they all do demonic shit. All of them. They all do demonic shit. Every last one of them, including Nicki, have taken a picture with their hand covering their eye. Every last one of them has thrown up devil horns. Every last one of them has got an alter ego. Nicki faked an exorcism, mocked an exorcism. All of that stuff is demonic. So you might as well just pick the one you like the best and just rock with them. But stop trying to say, oh, I like this one because they don't worship the devil and Jay-Z does. Knock it off. Knock it off. All the Taylor Swift fans that want to call Beyonce a witch, but yet and still, there's people walking out of Taylor Swift concert talking about, I don't even remember the concert. There was rumors that she was spraying a wipe in the air. People was leaving out of Taylor Swift concert like, I don't even know, I can't even remember an hour ago. So Taylor Swift fans, pipe down when you're talking about Beyonce, because your girl ain't all that innocent either. Tell the truth and shame the devil, elite. You know what's so funny? The public acts as if they've never done anything themselves. They may be considered evil by someone or backstab at someone themselves. They act as though it's unheard of. Absolutely 100% agreeable. I agree with 100% of what you just said. Y'all that's out here judging these people, judging these women, y'all done questionable stuff in yourself. When you get up in the morning and you look into the mirror, if you are not looking at a flawless individual, then keep quiet. Keep quiet. Here's a good question. And you're talking to a PK. I'm a preacher's kid. And trust me, I've asked my dad this, God bless the dead. Is it possible to repent from doing the devilish stuff and still be in the industry? Well, you can be. But if you repent from all the devilish stuff, you then cannot be in a record deal. You can't repent and then go back and do the same stuff and take the same kudos or take the same perks or roll with this one. You gotta totally just change who you hang with, who you're in business with. Right? You gotta be independent. You can no longer rap and sing about the shit you rap and sing about. I mean, it's hard to be into the industry, be up there like a Mariah Carey, a Beyonce, a Jay-Z, a Kanye, a Nicki Minaj, a Cardi B, a Rihanna. People try to act like now Rihanna's so innocent. Y'all remember all those Rihanna videos? All the rumors of blood sacrifices that they've all faced? You know, that blood sacrifice story is a real story. That's a real story. Now, whether you believe that I don't believe that every single death of a celebrity is something, is some sort of conspiracy. Some people do just die. But that blood sacrifice stuff is a real thing. But not every single celebrity that their mama died or their friend died, they sacrificed. And that's the problem, where people seem to think that every single time a celebrity dies, there was some sort of foul play. And every single time somebody close to them dies, oh, they sacrificed them. Right. She did that. And remember, she endorsed Kamala. So she endorsed Kamala, and then Trump probably thought, I don't understand. I gave her husband's CEO a pardon, and I thought that was a pretty nice thing for me to do, but I guess it's that she didn't think it was nice enough, because she said some very nasty things about me in the press, and she went in and adjusted Kamala after I gave her husband and his CEO a pardon. I thought it was a very nice thing to do, actually. But maybe it wasn't nice enough for Beyonce, because she went in and endorsed Kamala. Hey, what up, young Riaz? Shout out to the UK. I see Darius dodged my question. He didn't want to answer. Darius didn't want to answer it, or unless I didn't see it. Maybe I didn't see the answer. Or maybe he just don't want to. Maybe that's a hint of he don't really want to be put in that position to answer that question, which I get. So this whole thing is going on. Y'all make sure y'all check out my video called MAGA Minaj Episode 1. I'm doing like a 5-part digital series on Nicki Minaj turn to the right wing, or letting people know she's now down the right wing, because I always thought she was anyway. Like like I said, I've never seen her say anything negative about Donald Trump. And when you haven't said anything negative about Trump out of the 6 years he's been in office, and you don't have not one negative thing about Donald Trump, to me, you down with Donald Trump. You not to follow well-known MAGA Barb account on Twitter, notorious for its extreme racism and support of Donald Trump's extremist ideals. It follows her recent public support of Trump. Wow. I believe this. Do not put it past her to be looking for a pardon. Because even though her husband already did the jail time, it's kind of like Desiree. Remember, Desiree Perez was already out of jail, and then Trump gave her pardon. What that pardon does is wipe away her crime. So now it's like she never was an informant. It's like she never got caught with the drugs. So it's like she never committed a crime. And I believe that's what Nicki Minaj is trying to do. Now, he can't do anything about the state crime. But remember, his federal crime is the one for him failing to register. And that's what's caused her the problems with the Jennifer Yu in the lawsuit. So she's going to figure, if I could get Trump to pardon my husband, that will take that crime away. And then he doesn't have to register anymore. He won't be on probation. So don't rule out that that's what she's looking for. Also, don't rule out a Candace Owens interview. No, he had a federal case. A federal case, elite, that the big case. The one that's giving her so many problems. That's a Fed case. That's a Fed case. So, very interesting stuff. And will that erase him off the PDF list? If his case gets overturned, if the Fed case, then yes, it will. Now, if she's just looking for a pardon for, remember when he got caught, they put that as a charge, convicted of not registering. If they remove that off, then he won't be on probation anymore. If she's trying to get the case, but she said he's innocent, because remember Tasha K was saying, oh, he's innocent. Jennifer Yu admitted that she lied. Right? So that's what Nicki Minaj could probably take to Trump and say, can you look at this? Because he was innocent. The girl admitted it was a lie. And that'll get the whole thing wiped out. Meanwhile, a lot of her fans, they're not agreeing with it. She's losing a lot of her fans, but of course, she still has fans that's going to support her. And they're fans of, black fans who she's following these racist conspiracy theorists like Liz Crokin, and she's starting to follow all these people. And they're giving her shout outs. She said she's going to definitely go to the United Nations. And then her LGBTQ fans are making a stink about it. She's basically telling them, oh, you trying to make this about you, and it's not about you. So, again, we'll see what happens, man. But I got MAGA Minaj coming up. I'll be keeping my eye on it. Right? We'll get into Cardi B later on. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs pretty much put an end to the breakup rumors. She's due soon. He said that the baby's due very soon. So all the things about that everybody trying to put, he's pregnant. He's got 3 other girls pregnant. She doesn't seem to mind, at least not as of right now. She was sitting up there, New England Patriots, next to the owner. She went to watch him. So we're gonna keep our eyes on the whole Cardi B, Stefon Diggs situation. You know, I'm not going to talk about whether or not I've already made my comment about Stefon Diggs. I don't necessarily know if this is actually the move she should have been making. You know, but who am I to tell somebody what to do with their life and who to get involved with? You know, I think it was a little too soon, and the type of guy she's going to, in my opinion, is really not that different from Offset. But I digress, as Crystal Nicole says. But anyway, we might be checking back with y'all around 8 o'clock. Do my live. Happy birthday to me. If anybody wants to support me, send me a birthday gift. It's at the Cash App is $Heaven Hollywood. And hopefully we'll be back later tonight. If not, it'll definitely be tomorrow. Shout out, happy birthday to Diddy. Happy birthday to Colin Kaepernick. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios around the world. Scorpio season's in effect. And make sure y'all check out my videos and let me know, for everybody in the replay, let me know down below. You know, are you still rocking with Nicki Minaj or not? Me, I still feel the same way, because I feel as though, but it's not me. It's the fans that's going to have to determine whether they feel some type of way or not. I've always felt as though she was MAGA anyway. Right? So, y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think. We'll catch y'all on the next one.